Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Piece of New York. Today we find ourselves in the Lower East Side, and we've come to America's most famous deli, Katz Deli, which originally opened in the late 1800s. Now, you probably remember it from the I'll have what she's having scene, from When Harry Met Sally, but that's actually not the first wave of popularity that they had. It actually came during World War II, when they actually had the slogan, "Send salami to your boy in the army." Now, I'm super pumped up to go inside, check it out, and see what they're all about. So, let's go and see what they got cooking for us. Coming to you live from the Lower East Side. We actually had a carver that was kind enough to give us a little mini sample of the brisket, the corned beef, and then what they're known for, the pastrami. We also got what they are known for, the pastrami sandwich. This is, if I had to say anything, the creme de la creme. If you're coming here and you have one thing you need to order and you're not going to get a meat platter, you got to get the pastrami because that's what they're most known for. And then they have their pickles. Jewish deli, it's going to come with some pickles, obviously. And then we have the classic egg cream, which is a staple here. Now, what makes the pastrami so special is they actually make the pastrami from scratch. Not like a lot of the other delis that might use boar's head, for instance, or other mass-produced types of deli meats that get pushed out throughout the entire city. So what they do is they actually have this very long process specifically for the pastrami where they submerge the meat into salt water. That also has a number of different spices in it. And after it's been submerged in salt water for a few hours, they then take it and then brine it. Once it's been brined, it's smoked for about 2 to 3 hours. And during that time, the meats are cooking, the fat's cooking. It's really absorbing that smoky flavor. And then lastly, they take it and they broil it for another few hours as well. Once it's been broiled, they take it to the steam, to their steam tables where they then have one of their master carvers carve it. And the corned beef, they're also known for the corned beef as well. The corned beef can take up to 30 days for them to cook, which is insane. A lot of places, what they might do is they might inject, for instance, salt. They might use a pressure cooker to speed up that process with the corned beef. That doesn't happen here at Katz. They have the long process to make sure that everything is absorbed and that you're getting all the special flavors that they have. So first, let's actually start with that pastrami. See, it's nice, fatty, so tender. It's like it's ready to just fall apart. You can see my finger actually ripping through right there. Here we go. My teeth just went through that meat like a hot knife through butter. It just crumbles inside your mouth. And then the saltiness, the savoriness, it was packed with juices also, where you're just taking in that delicious fatty flavor and animal fat flavor that it does have. That was top notch. My goodness. Next, we have the corned beef. Here we go. 30 days. So that one wasn't as fatty, so it wasn't as soft. Where the pastrami might have been like the meat fall off the bones. This one also was, I started eating it and it was a tad bit tougher, but it still just fell apart in your mouth. There was nothing tough about it. And it doesn't have the fattiness that the pastrami had, but it was a little bit, maybe a tad bit more saltier. I did enjoy the corned beef. The corned beef, I thought it was very good. If I had to choose between one and the other, I'm going with that pastrami. Lastly, we have the brisket. There it is. This is that corned beef without the 30-day process. So here we go. So flavor-wise, amongst all the three meats that we had, that was the most mild. Didn't have as much flavor as the other ones. The other ones packed a lot more salt, a lot more flavor, a lot more juiciness. Of the three, the pastrami was the juiciest, and then the corned beef, and then after that we have the brisket. So if I'm ranking them 1 to 3, pastrami, what they're known for, number 1. Corned beef, also delicious, not quite as fatty, not quite as tender, a little bit more tough, but still, because it's been cooked for so long, it's not like a thick cut of steak that's going to be difficult to chew. but it's more tough than the pastrami. And then lastly, for the more mild flavor, if you're not really into the saltiness, you got to get that brisket. Now, for the main event, the pastrami sandwich. And after that entire process that I mentioned, with the salt water, with the broiling, only thing that's left is that rye with some mustard. It smells so good, my mouth is just watering. Damn, that looks delicious. Cheers. The bread is soft, it's fresh, has a nice earthy flavor to it. That mustard gives it a little bit of kick where you just clears the sinuses. Right, you take a bite and all of a sudden like, I had the stuffy nose. Now my nose can smell everything that's in here. It was great. And then of course, just bringing everything together all in one is that delicious, juicy pastrami meat, fatty. As they say, it's best eaten while it's hot. And there is no disappointment when it comes to this sandwich. I know we went to Pastrami Queen, which you can catch that episode right here. I think this is better. I think this is better just because of the juiciness of the pastrami, the deliciousness of like all the ingredients combined, and then just it was just a burst of flavor just in my mouth that I absolutely loved, and I cannot wait to pound this once we turn this camera off. But we're not done, so we got to review these pickles. Here's the first pickle. Salty, very acidic, has a nice crisp crunch to it. Oh yeah, the acidity of that pickle definitely is. It's kind of just bringing all the flavors of the pastrami sandwich I just had back to the top of my mouth again, back to those taste buds, and bringing the pastrami sandwich back into it. It's a nice pickle to have after you've had a bite of the pastrami sandwich. And then the second pickle, the lighter one. Here we go. It's a cucumber. It's a cucumber. The cucumber's crispy outside, kind of has a nice juicy sweetness on the inside. Tasty. If I'm going one or the other, going with that acidic pickle, which tasted fantastic. And then lastly, I gotta wash it down with some delicious dessert, which is gonna be that chocolate egg cream. I feel like when you're in one of these, like when you come to like a classic New York spot and they serve an egg cream, for instance, like Giuliano's Pizza, another episode that was great where we did a side by side. You can catch that right there. You can actually taste this bad boy and get a nice good flavor. Here we go. Cheers. That was refreshing. A nice thick chocolatey flavor. It's hot in the city this summer. I'm sweating profusely as soon as we walk outside, but having this on a nice hot summer day, I mean, this brought everything together where I just had that savoriness of all the meat that we just tasted, and then to wrap it up to my own nice, sweet, delicious chocolatey cream that can satisfy that sweet tooth. Everything was great. Fantastic. Way to go, Katz Deli. It's a winner here in New York City. You can see why it's so iconic. Well, folks, that concludes our episode here on the Lower East Side, and I have to say, I love Katz Deli so much. It's just a place that really brings the hustle and bustle of in New York City, as well as a tremendous environment. People eating, have a great time. So it's definitely a place that if you are coming and you are a tourist and you're looking for something that's truly the quintessential of New York, you got to come to Katz Deli. Now, with that said, folks, they're going to give you a red ticket when you walk in, and you got to make sure that you hold on to it, because if you happen to lose that, it's a $50 minimum, plus they're charging you of what you also ate in there. So don't lose that ticket. On top of that, if you're just looking for a quick bite to eat, that's cheap. It is quick, but just one sandwich and a soda here at Katz Deli, it costs us about $45 after tax and tip. So you're going to be paying a pretty penny to enjoy this tremendous experience, which if this is the first time that you're coming, it's definitely worth it. So I just love Katz. I can't promote it enough. It's a great place to come to if you're looking for some goodies here on the Lower East Side. And from everyone over here at A Piece of New York, we just want to say thank you for the views. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you enjoy the content, give us a subscribe. And from all of us over here, we hope you have a great day and a better week. Take it easy, y'all. Bye-bye.